can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Tryna earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reefer. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Happy Monday to everyone out there listening. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know in the chat. Mike, what's up? Let me know how your weekend was. It was a good weekend for us. Chat, I got to ask you guys a question. Scotty Scheffler, he might be the GOAT. He might be the GOAT. This guy just routinely makes money for us every single week. And there are people on the internet, on Twitter and all this that hate on this man. And they always are like, oh, it's this guy again. Just bet on him. I mean, when Tiger was doing his thing, I couldn't profit off that because I was a kid. Now, like, this dude has directly won us money several weeks in a row at this point. Like, Scotty Scheffler might be my GOAT. He honestly might be. Thunder escaped. Mike, that was a crazy game. Definitely. Didn't think it would be that close. But, yeah, the Pelicans, man. If the Pelicans had Zion healthy, man, I don't know. I would have liked to seen how that played out. That was a good game. Ingram killed me. True Love, what did Ingram kill you? Oh, on the assists? Okay. Overall, it was a pretty good weekend for us. Thanks to Scotty Scheffler. Thunder need to take Dort out of the starting lineup. I don't know. Like, I'll be interested to see what kind of like adjustments they make heading into that second game. Definitely be interested. So if you're joining in, like I said, thank you. So we'll be talking baseball here. I'm going to run through the baseball slate. We are going to talk NBA tonight. And then I already made a same game parlay, a lottery ticket for NBA tonight. I'm going to give that out. I posted in the Discord already, but we'll talk about that. NFL draft is this week. I don't think we're going to have time today to talk about it. So save that. Wednesday, Thursday, we will be talking NFL draft. Today's going to be loaded. And then tomorrow, obviously, Tuesdays are big baseball slates. So we'll save NFL draft stuff for Wednesday, Thursday. Can't take best defender off the floor. I agree with that. It would be tough for them to bench Dort. I don't know what directly they could do, but I don't see that specifically happening. We'll have to see. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. There's one baseball game going on. A's Yankees 0-0. Hopefully you guys took the under in that one. I mean, Jesus. 0-0 in the top of the 8th. All right, we're going to go baseball first, and then we'll get into NBA. First game on the docket, baseball, 6:40. Phillies, Reds. We have Rangers, Suarez, and Hunter Green on the mound. I think I've bet on Ranger Suarez every time he's pitched this year. If you guys have been in the stream, you know that. If you're in the Discord, obviously know that. We have bet on the Phillies quite a bit, or we've bet unders in games where Ranger Suarez has pitched. He's been extremely good. I said the first week of the season, I thought this guy was underrated. I was even kind of like discounting him, I guess, because this dude's been absolute money. 2.03 expected ERA. 28% strikeout rate. He's only given up 25% hard hits, 229 expected WOBA allowed. Like, the guy's been absolutely money. And then on the opposite side, like, we know what Hunter Green can do, right? I mean, one of the better strikeout pitchers in the league. He's had a 30% strikeout rate each of his first 2 seasons. This year, he's at 32.6%. He's been a little unlucky this year, 4.36 ERA. But his expected ERA is just 2.55. He's only giving up a 2.84, 2.57 expected WOBA rather. So Hunter Green's been very good this year as well, which is no shock at all. So the play for me in this game would be to either take the under 8.5 or the first 5 under 4.5. I went ahead and took the first 5 under 4.5. We got it at -125 on DraftKings. And that's my favorite bet in this game. That is on my betting card. I really like that. I love both these pitchers, and I think it's going to be, hopefully we don't get any sort of variance with the home runs, but it should be a pretty low scoring game here heading to the later innings. So that's my play in the Philly and Cincinnati game. Milwaukee, Pittsburgh is next up. Pittsburgh is at home here, -138 on the money line, over under 7.5. Joe Ross against Jared Jones. Jared Jones is another guy we have bet on a lot. I told you guys 2-3 weeks ago, this is someone that we're going to be betting on quite a bit this season. Jared Jones right now, like today, for just right now, might be the best pitcher in baseball. Now, I'm obviously when you get into these debates of like who's the best pitcher, like, longevity, how long they've done it, innings, all that stuff comes into play. When I say he might be the best pitcher in baseball right now, I'm talking about if I had any game to start tonight, Jared Jones has like the best stuff in baseball right now. And with all the way all these guys have been going down due to injury, Garrett Cole's been out, Spencer Strider's out. Like, a lot of guys have been injured this year. Jared Jones has like the best stuff. And it's far and away. He has Strider level stuff in terms of his whiff rate and what he's been doing. 36% strikeouts for the season so far. His whiff rate is huge, especially on his slider. Almost a 50% whiff rate on his slider. Guy's absolutely disgusting. So this is someone that I'm looking to bet on proactively because we're getting Spencer Strider level production. And it's not priced like Spencer Strider because it's Jared Jones, who's a new pitcher, and it's the Pittsburgh Pirates offense and not the Atlanta Braves offense. So I think how we bet him usually is first 5. He got pulled at like 59 pitches in his last start. He's not going to throw long. They are completely babying him. And they're going to do the same thing with Paul Skeens. Whenever Paul Skeens gets called up by Pittsburgh, it's gonna be the same. He's going to get pulled at 60 pitches. He hasn't been throwing crazy deep in the minors, but he's disgusting. They're going to baby both these guys, but I want to bet on Jared Jones. I can't trust Pittsburgh's offense right now. They've really cooled off after that first few weeks of the season, and I don't want to bet on the bullpen after Jared Jones. So you bet them first 5 and just bet them on the money line. We got it, I think, like -154 around there on FanDuel. It's probably still around the same number. I put 2 units on it. That's my biggest play of the day. Love Jared Jones, and I'm going to bet on him pretty much every start. Tigers, Rays, we have Tariq Skubal and Littell going for Tampa. Tampa's struggled at times against lefties this year, I feel. Let me pull their numbers up. Yeah, so for the season, Tampa, 23% strikeout rate against lefties, just a 300 WOBA and a 108 ISO. So pretty bad numbers against lefties. Skubal obviously is someone that I'm a big fan of dating back. We were playing him in DFS when he was super cheap a few years ago. So, I mean, I'm not going to put a play in here. I would lean towards Detroit first five probably, but nothing really sticks out. I think Tampa will probably struggle with Skubal, but you can maybe look at Skubal strikeouts, just given that 23% strikeout rate against lefties, the lineup. I think that's interesting. Maybe you could look at something like that, but that is probably it there. Miami Marlins, Atlanta Braves. You have Bryce Elder going against Ryan Weathers. Ryan Weathers has like sneaky been good this year for Miami. This is one I was not expecting coming into the year. Now, I mean, this is obviously a tough matchup here against Atlanta, but if we look at his numbers for the season, he's been a little bit lucky in terms of the run prevention stuff. His ERA is 2.7, expected ERA is 4.9, so that's 2 full runs higher. And he gives up, 42% hard hits, right? So he's probably been a little bit lucky when it comes to some of these hard hit balls. But the thing that really sticks out to me here and why I'm interested is the 25% strikeout rate and the 58% whiff rate on his sweeper. That's massive. Huge, huge numbers. So he's able to get swing and miss, and he's able to get strikeouts. So I'm not necessarily saying like I don't want to target him. Like I said, he does give up hard hits. He's probably going to give up some home runs. Marcell Ozuna has just been on fire for Atlanta. He crushes left-handed pitching, or not left-handed pitching. He crushes left-handed pitching, but Weathers obviously is not that. But he's been on fire. I don't know if it's like 2010 or what, but Marcell Ozuna just like completely turned back the clock. So it's a scary matchup. He's probably going to give up a home run tonight if I had to guess. But he's able to get swing and miss. Maybe you could look at his strikeouts. Let me see what his numbers at here. His number's only 4.5. Like I'm completely fine taking that over 4.5 strikeouts for Ryan Weathers, given what we've seen from him. Let me pull up the Braves against sweepers and see what their numbers are. I mean, it's just not. I don't. Oh, let me look at last season too. I mean, they just don't see enough to get anything like useful from it. But yeah, Weathers strikeouts. I think I'd be interested in. Favorite moneyline bet for DraftKings up to. Hmm. I would probably say San Diego or Baltimore if you want to get crazy. That would probably be my two picks. Or you could get weird and use the White Sox. Chris Paddock's been pretty bad this year. So you could look at them. All right. But yeah, Ryan Weathers over 4.5 strikeouts looks interesting given what I've seen from him. Toronto and Kansas City. We have the Blue Jays as slight favorites here. Over-under is 9.5. And we have Brady Singer against Kikuchi. Let me see if there's like good weather in this game or something. Because this is a pretty high total. Okay, yeah. So 70 degrees in KC today. Winds blowing pretty much out to center, and it's 19 miles an hour. So super good hitting environment here in this game. Definitely want to lay off the pitchers with that being the case. Let's take a look at the first five. First five totals, 4.5. It's juiced pretty heavy to the over. Full game it's at 9 on FanDuel, still 9.5 on DraftKings. I don't hate an over. I'm always fine to bet on these like win games. So looks like pretty good hitting weather there. I think you could take the over. Don't hate that. Haven't bet it, but that would probably be my lean just based off that wind. White Sox Twins, like I said, I'm not a big Chris Paddock fan. Oh, I am a Chris Paddock fan, but he just hasn't been good this year. I was hoping for a little bounce back breakout year from him in Minnesota. That hasn't been the case thus far. He's got an 8.9 expected ERA, which is one of the highest numbers in the entire league. He's only striking out 12.9% of batters, 42% hard hits, 443 expected WOBA allowed. He's given up a 458 batting average with his four-seam fastball, which he throws, 40% of the time. So it just hasn't been good. Has not been good for Chris Paddock. And then on the other side, I mean, the White Sox, they're just absolutely horrible, right? That's the devil's advocate there. Like, it's the worst team in the league right now. They have like 3 wins. So I don't know. I think you could look at some batter props on Chicago, specifically guys that hit fastballs well. Trying to see. Let's look. I mean, even his changeup. I mean, he's given up a 400 batting average with his changeup, and he throws that 30% of the time. So we're talking about 70% of the pitches that this guy throws, he's given up over a 400 batting average with. Like, the guys are like, he's not getting any swing and miss on anything, and it seems like these guys can see it pretty well. I know Andrew Vaughn on the White Sox is a really good fastball hitter, so maybe you could look at him 2+ total bases or something like that. But I definitely want to stay away from that game. Don't hate the first 5 over or something like that, or Chicago White Sox team total over if you want to get crazy. But I just can't trust anything I've seen from Chris Paddock right now. So that's an avoid for me. Arizona and St. Louis, we have Brandon Pfaadt and Lance Lynn. Anytime Lance Lynn pitches, I'm inclined to bet an over. So I think the over 8.5 looks good here. We got it at -118. It's -120. No issue there. I'm interested in the over. You could do first 5 over too if you want to do that. Don't have a side of the game I like, but definitely interested in some runs being scored there. Padres, Rockies, and Coors Field. I mean, the total's 10.5. The Padres are pretty sizable favorites here with Dylan Cease on the mound. I don't know. I don't usually bet on Coors Field games. And then the last 2 games, we have Orioles, Angels, Mets, Giants. I haven't taken anything in this game, I don't think. Maybe I did. I got to check. Did we take the Baltimore Angels over or not? Someone in chat, if you're a subscriber. I don't even remember. Let me see. Oh, yeah, we did. Okay. Over 8.5, Orioles, Angels. Oh, this is the one I bet. I did not bet St. Louis, Arizona over. Excuse my words there. I was confusing that with the Angels game. So I do like the over in the Arizona St. Louis game, but we bet the Orioles Angels over 8.5 at -118. My bad. So I like the over in the Baltimore game. Suarez was pretty decent though for the Orioles last game. So and Detmers is okay too. So I don't think this is a slam dunk, but I've kind of been like, I don't know. I like Reed Detmers, but looking at his numbers, maybe they could get to him. I'm not saying his numbers are bad. He's been very good. I mean, 35% strikeouts, 2.53 expected ERA. Very good. Very, very good stuff. Late game, I'm not betting on the Mets right now. I'm back to not betting on the Mets right now, so avoiding that game. So overall for baseball for me, Jared Jones day, we're betting on him. Pretty cut and dry. Kind of like Ryan Weathers, strikeouts. I definitely like that first 5 under in the Phillies Reds, and kind of lean over on this Arizona St. Louis and Baltimore Los Angeles game. That is the MLB takes for today. Let's go to NBA. Like I said, I already got a lottery ticket cooked up. Let me pull it up. In recapping the weekend, I'm not worried. First and foremost, I'll just come out and say Nuggets -1.5. That shit's hitting. We took that for 4 units. biggest bet since Michigan and the Natty, that shit's hitting. The Lakers are not beating the Nuggets 3 times. There's no way. There's no way this Lakers team can beat the Nuggets 3 times. I don't believe it. So that shit's going to hit. Embiid is not fully healthy. The Knicks are going to win that series. So I think that's going to hit. The Pacers, I bet. I'm a little worried about that one. I'm not going to lie. I'm worried about the Pacers bet losing. The Mavericks are going to come back and win the series. I'm not worried about that yet. The Clippers were at home. They made 18 three-pointers, shot 50% from 3, and the Mavs still made a run in the second half and almost came back a little bit. So I'm not worried. I think the Mavs are going to win game 2. Maybe I just hate pain, but I'm going to be betting on the Mavs in game 2 again. I'm going to go right back to it, and I'm going to bet the Mavericks. They're going to win game 2. I'm not buying 50%, 18 made threes from the Clippers. I'm just not. That's not happening again in game 2. So I'm not worried about the Mavericks yet. The Nuggets is going to hit, and I think the Knicks is going to hit. Pacers I'm worried about, but I mean, if we go 3-1 with a 4-unit smacker, we're going to be up plenty nice going to round 2. So that's my thoughts on that. Just recap of the weekend there. I didn't officially bet the Magic. I did pick them, but I think the Cavs are going to win the series now. The Cavs impressed me enough to where I think they're going to win the series. I don't think the Cavs can beat the Celtics whatsoever. I don't think that the Cavs could have beat the Knicks whatsoever. And I don't think the Cavs could beat a fully healthy Bucks team. But anyone else, I think the Cavs would have a chance against. Even the Sixers, I would give the Cavs a chance against. But the Cavs have zero chance of beating the Boston Celtics. So I'll just get that out of the way. Do you think Robinson 8 rebounds is risky with him guarding Embiid? No, I don't think so. He probably got close to that in game 1. If he didn't get that, he probably got close to it. But I mean, they played him and Hartenstein pretty evenly. Robinson closed the game. So, you're going to get some extra fourth quarter run out of him, it looks like. And he played really well. I mean, he had a couple blocks. He was playing well. So, I wouldn't be worried about that. All right, for tonight's games, I haven't bet a side of any of these games. I would lean Cleveland, but it wouldn't shock me, if it got to their head like they got a big win and now they come out and choke. It wouldn't shock me. So staying away from that. Staying away from Philly and New York, I would bet on the Knicks, though, if I had to pick a side. And then I would pick Denver. I would bet Denver even -7.5 if I had to pick a side. Denver, I saw a stat. He had 12. Yeah, that's why I thought he had that. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, to be honest with you. I saw a stat. Denver, since they acquired Aaron Gordon, are 37-0 at home when their full starting 5 starts and plays the entire game. So that starting 5 being Jamal Murray, KCP, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. When those 5 start and play the whole game, they're 37-0 at home. They're so good. They didn't even play good in game 1, and they still won by 9. I would expect a better effort at the start of the game for them tonight because they didn't start good last game. And LeBron just looked gassed in the fourth quarter. And I don't see how that changes when they just that was him coming off days of rest, right? Like now they just played Saturday and they have to play again today. So I don't see how that doesn't happen again. And I would lay the 7.5 with Denver, I think, for sure. In terms of prop stuff, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna give out the same gamer. So the parlay for today, I used my FanDuel 30% same game parlay boost on this. And like I said, it's a lottery ticket. So this is not a high unit bet. This is just a couple bucks, like trying to get a sweat going. It pays out plus 52.27. So pretty high odds. In the first game of the night, we went Jalen Suggs. It's all 3-pointers, this parlay. Jalen Suggs, 3+ threes. He took 7 in game 1, did not shoot very well, but he was getting some pretty decent open looks, and I think he's going to play better tonight. So Jalen Suggs, 3+ made threes. In the next game, Knicks, I have Josh Hart, 3+ threes. This is controversial, obviously, because it's plus 400 odds. Like, it's kind of a long shot, but he made more than 3 in the first game. And the reason why I think he can make 3 again is not because he's a great three-point shooter, which he's not, but the fact of how Philly was scheming their defense, they were just letting him take threes because he's not a good shooter. I'm not necessarily sure if that will change because I'm sure Philly will look at it and be like, oh, he shot 50% from 3 last game. He's not going to do that again. So they're seem pretty comfortable leaving him open, and he was not shy. I think he took 8. Like, he was firing it up when he was open. So give me Josh Hart to make 3 threes. Jalen Suggs to make 3 threes. And then in the Lakers Nuggets game, we took D'Angelo Russell 3+ threes and Michael Porter Jr. 3+ threes. So 4 guys all to make 3 threes. Use your 30% boost on it, gets it to plus 52.27. Pretty high odds, little lottery ticket. We're going to put that in. Hopefully Suggs comes through, and then we got a little bit of a sweat. I'd like to see Suggs come out with one right quick, in the first quarter. Hard at 11.5 rebounds and saying, yeah, I know, but he just boards every game. It's crazy. Every game he does it. It's actually nuts. But I think Jalen Suggs. So that's the same gamer. If you missed it, Josh Hart 3+ threes, Jalen Suggs 3+ threes, D'Angelo Russell and Michael Porter Jr. both 3+ threes. 4 guys to make 3 3-pointers. In terms of just regular props, I do like Jalen Suggs over points. Obviously, I just told you I think he's going to make 3 threes tonight. He's at 11.5. I think he's going to have a better game shooting wise. I liked his role. I liked kind of what the defense was giving him in terms of him being able to get shots up. So Jalen Suggs over 11.5 points. I like. You could even take him first quarter points if you want to get super cheeky, but I don't know. I don't even know if they have that listed, but let me see. First quarter. They do 3.5. So him to get 4 points in the first quarter is plus 106. I think you could take that too. Big Jalen Suggs game tonight coming. On the Cavs side, I think you could look at Garland points or Mobley. Mobley had a monster game, and I mean, they were like guarding him with guards. Like, they were just routinely leaving like Cole Anthony and guys on him. So if that's going to be the case again, I'm not sure like what adjustments they can make. If that's going to be the case again, I mean, it's going to be tough for him not to get 14 points because he's a foot taller than all these guys. So he just dominates. But Mobley or Garland points is interesting. Mitchell's at 26.5 is just no value, in my opinion. In the Knicks Sixers game, I mean, we can't really bet on Philly. We don't know if Maxi's playing. I'm assuming he's going to play, but we just don't know right now. I like, I was going to say I like Brunson, but 31.5 is too high for points, in my opinion. Josh Hart over 23.5 points plus rebounds. I like. That would probably be my favorite there. And then in the Laker game, I like Michael Porter Jr. again. I think he's going to have a big series. He played really well, scored 20 points in that first game. So I think you could just bet him, 3-pointers. I mean, his points line's at 17.5. That's a little rich for me, but I do think he's going to have a big series. Joker wasn't diming. Like, he didn't get dimes like he normally does at home in that first game. So I think you could dabble on the Joker triple double here. Let me see what that odds are on that. Plus 155. Jokic triple double plus 155. I'm betting that tonight. That has to be a bet. I think the Nuggets are going to shoot better tonight, which is going to increase his chance. I mean, he scored 35 and got 12 rebounds. He just didn't get the assists, but I think they're going to shoot better tonight. So we'll add Jokic plus 155 for a triple double to the card. I like MPJ. On the Lakers side, I just don't know. I mean, AD played as well as he could play last game, and it didn't matter. Like, the Lakers need other guys to step up. If I had to pick someone, I would pick D'Angelo Russell to be that guy. So you could take Russell, 16.5 points or over, 2.5 threes. But I don't have a lot of faith in this Lakers team right now. I might bet Nuggets -7.5, and I might bet Joker triple double, to be honest. And then I might parlay Joker triple double and Nuggets money line. McBride 8.5 points. I think it's fine. I think McBride's good. I think he's going to play a valuable role off the bench. I don't like just going back to guys after huge games, but I mean, I definitely think he could score 9 points again for sure. Definitely. What does that pay? What does Joker triple double and Nuggets money line pay on FanDuel? Let me see. Jokic triple double Denver to win +200. Interesting. I might just bet that instead of the +155 because, like I just told you, Denver's 37-0 with these guys playing. I would be shocked if they lost this game. So I might just bet Joker triple double with Denver to win +200 for like half a unit. Might be a play. And then maybe I think they're going to come out and shoot better. So let's check what their first half or like first quarter line is here. First quarter, they're -2.5. First half, they are -4.5. Huh. I might take that first quarter. I'll think about it. But overall, I think that's gonna about do it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Gave out some MLB bets, gave out some NBA bets, same game parlay for NBA as well. I'll be live tomorrow, same time, same place. We're gonna recap today. We're gonna preview tomorrow's NBA games. We've got huge baseball slate tomorrow, so there'll be a lot to talk about tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we're gonna talk NFL draft and maybe some PGA. I'll look into the tournament. Thursday, we'll definitely be talking NFL draft because that's the day that the draft starts. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this lottery ticket hits, and if it does, show me some love. If it does, that'd be crazy. If we could hit, a plus 5,000 bet, that would be pretty awesome. But thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck with your wagers tonight, and I'll see everyone on Tuesday.